What's going on, you guys? Theo here with the big review, back with another King of Fighters All-Star video, and today we have a very fun topic. We get to talk about the newest Fest fighter to join the roster, and that would be Hotaru Futaba. I bet you it's Futaba. Hotaru is what she'll be going by from here on out in the video, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at her. She was just released and added to the general Fest pool. As you can see here, she's going to have the boosted rates at 1%, and if you want to try your luck at her, then go for it. But we're going to take a look and see if she is necessarily worth your rubies, especially, and big disclaimer here, we are going to assume that we are probably going to be getting Christmas fighters and or New Year's fighters. So on top of already having a collab going on, if you didn't already think that it was bad enough, think again, because we're probably going to be getting those here very soon. So, you know, with this, I'm expecting that to happen probably to coincide with the end of the collab, but either way, it might be best right now to be saving in general unless we get somebody that is extremely meta breaking, kind of like a Dellons. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at her and see what we got. So first thing we'll take a look at here is her leadership skill. She's going to increase purple element fighters attack by 40% and HP by 12%. So okay, but really nothing special in my opinion. So the biggest thing with her, she is a purple defense, and that right there might be the worst thing about her. Arguably, basically, with purple being such a stacked color as it is, she's going to really struggle to be relevant to a normal purple comp or just a team that's going to call for purple characters in general. She does have freeze, though, which we're going to talk about when we get into her skills, which is her biggest selling point by far. If she didn't have freeze, then she would be terrible. But she has freeze, and we'll kind of take a look at that. But let's go ahead and take a look at her skills here. So first and foremost, we have her S1, which is Exploding Energy Palm. Basically, this is going to freeze the enemy for 2 seconds upon landing a skill, and this is going to also include guard. And then she is going to increase her attack by 46% of her defense for 7 seconds when using a skill. So she does have defense to attack conversion. So take that for what you will. She's probably going to look really good with a Kaya set. But yeah. Advancing Dual Palm is going to be the next skill, her S2, and that is going to give her super armor for 3 seconds when using a skill, and she's going to decrease her damage received by 80% for 3 seconds. So that's really good. 80% damage mitigation is pretty nice, but she also has a PvP exclusive on the skill, which is disables target's strike active skills for 3 seconds when a successful skill, guard included, ends. So they gave her this, but at the same time, it's kind of out of place in my opinion because she's really not much of a PvP unit. She doesn't really have any guard break, and I don't see it. I think that's kind of a weird inclusion, but okay, we'll take it, I guess. But anyway, her S3, Dinosaur's Footprint EX, she is going to have a 50% chance to reset the cooldown when using a skill, and it has a 15-second cooldown itself. It does have an interrupt, which, again, is only while standing, like any other interrupt. But, yeah, I mean, sure. We'll take a look at these in skill preview real quick and kind of see. But I'm not too sure about this one, guys. I really do think that if things weren't as glutted as they are right now, it seems like, with things coming for your rubies, I would say that there would be more interest from me with her, but let's go ahead and take a look at these. So this is going to be her S1, and it does freeze. Now, one of the other things I did notice about her, and you're going to kind of notice this as we go through here, is she does tend to be pretty slow, it looks like. So I'm not sure. Slower characters struggle in this game, and you really start to notice it when you see some of these newer characters that are just so fast, especially in PvP modes. And, you know, even in PvE, faster characters tend to be better just because you are wanting to spam those skills quickly, get that PG gain up in a lot of cases so that you can fire off finisher after finisher. And she just seems a little slow. But going on to her S2, again, this is her S1. Her S2 here is the one that is going to give her super armor. And it's decently fast, but again, it's not too quick. But But yeah, that's her S2 there. Again, that's going to have her super armor. Looks like it's going to have a knockback there. I'm not sure if we take a look at this again. That might be an off the ground. Not sure. That might be too. Anymore, it seems like most skills, if it looks like it could even potentially have an OTG in it, it has an OTG in it. But this one definitely looks like it's probably going to hit on the ground, but we'll see. I haven't gotten a chance, obviously, to play with her because I have not pulled her. And then you have her S3, which this one is a little bit quicker. A little bit. It's still a little bit too slow for my liking, but that is going to be her S3 there. Looks like a pretty fun skill. She looks great. Her sprite looks great. Her animations look great. Everything about her looks great, except for maybe this finisher, which the less that is said about her card finisher, the better. We'll get there. But anyway, here's her inherent finisher. Pretty nice. I like all the colors that go on with her kind of projectiles. I like the way this character looks, but all right, so here's the finisher. The 5 PG card, which we will get to, and that's the only time I'm going to show that. We're just going to move on. So yeah, there's her finishers. Sure. That is that. But anyway, let's take a look at her card, and then we'll go to her cores. I just want to finish out her skill set here. So the other thing that kind of sucks for her is her card is a 5 PG. Yeah. So the only card to ever be edited artwork-wise before release, as far as I'm aware, yeah, and it's 5 PG. So, yay. For those of you who are not aware, you normally, if a character doesn't have a 3 PG, they're going to struggle. Again, for the aforementioned reasons that you want to be able to fire off finishers as quickly as possible, especially against some of these bosses where, with her being a freeze type character, that's going to be her niche anyway. And yeah, so let's go to her cores. So going through here, she has 12% strike skill attack damage increase, 63,000 max HP increase, a 1050 to attack increase, increases chill attack damage by 15%. She does have 20% power charge rate increase, which is nice. This is really nice. Probably the generic core that sticks out the most, I would say. But the increase to her chill attack damage is nice too, being that she has so much chill, which I'm sure that this character is probably going to be just off the top of my head with all the chill type characters that we have, she's probably going to be up there at the top as far as damage goes. Now, as far as her abilities and her overall utility, I am not even willing to put her above Idle Kula, Lovely Kula, whatever you want to call her. I'm not willing to do that. Ice Coffin is too good of a skill, and while she does have definitely more access to chill in general, Hotaru does, I don't know if I would necessarily think she's a better overall character, but better in that role of just doing chill damage, if that makes sense. But anyway, In Search of My Big Brother is going to be her first unique core. Deals chill damage equal to 30% of attack to target every 1 second for 7 seconds upon landing an active skill. And then that has a 10-second cooldown. And she's going to gain super armor for 4 seconds when hit with a blast skill. And that's got a 12-second cooldown. Then moving on to her final core, it's increase active skill damage dealt to frozen enemies by 40%. And then she has a PvP exclusive where she recovers power by 5% and decreases the target's power by 5% upon landing a skill on a chilled target with a 10-second cooldown. So that was mouthful. The first one here, dealing the extra chill damage is nice. That's really good. The extra source of super armor is nice. However, if I'm not mistaken, I don't see damage immunity on this character. And that's another big thing. So no DI, and she also doesn't have guard break. She is not a PvP character. So that kind of gets us into Itokutatsu. I probably butchered that, but with her final core, yeah, that is a really nice effect on her for PvP, but her kit isn't necessarily great for PvP. So why? I don't get that. This definitely feels more like a PvE bossing type of character for dungeons where you specifically need her dot damage. So otherwise, I just don't see that. I don't get it. But there's a lot of things about her kit that I don't get, to be honest with you. That rhymed. But yeah, so that's her cores. You know, they're decent. They're decent. It just seems like she's got a very kind of mixed bag overall. So that pretty much rounds out Hotaru. Now, there's obviously things from this I can't kind of decipher just based on reading through here. And if anybody wants to see the relations, there's your relations. She has a Fatal Fury character, which is really awesome. You know, I don't not like Hotaru. I feel like this is a character that, should you summon it? Probably not. Not right now. If this were a time when we didn't have a collab that existed that had the most meta-breaking characters that we have seen released and forever, go for it. But we have a Dellons available. We have an Eileene available. If you're into PvP, you have Shane and you have a perfectly good Rudy on the same banner. You also have the best free-to-play unit that has ever been released in the form of Rachel going on right now, to where you could be pulling for her memories and building her up so that you can get advance further into things like the Reviving Hells dungeon. I do not see this character as being necessarily a must-pull. If you like Hotaru and you want to pull her, go for it. Always pull for characters that you enjoy and that you like. But at the same time, if you're a meta chaser and you were looking for a must-have character to add to your roster, you're better off waiting. We have things like Christmas and New Year's coming up, which we definitely think are going to be big times for new banners or at least new characters. I would have a hard time believing we're not going to see at least 2 characters coming out towards the end of the year. But before we move on and get out of this and kind of end this video, I do want to talk real quick about the items in the shop. As you can probably tell already, I don't think they're worth it. So the Hotaru growth package, you get her Hotaru herself, her 5PG questionable card. You do get a box where you can pick from these stones, which are going to be the defensive chill stones, which is nice, really good. Those are, but really defensive chill purple. It's just going to work on Hotaru right now. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then her memories, you're also going to get some items here to build her up. Capsules are always nice. More capsules there, and a memory. So for $80, don't do that. Not unless you are a super fan of Hotaru. Don't do that. Next one is going to be this one here, which honestly I almost think is a little bit better, but I still wouldn't do it. So you got some rubies there. You got 4,600 rubies there. Hotaru memory, some purple generic memories, some Awakened Tier 2 capsules, which, okay. And then you have, yet again, the R-Stone selection. So there's that one for $80. Don't do it. And then this final one, this one actually for people who spend money on the game, these are usually nice packages, not gonna lie. Now, I'm not going to be buying any of them, but these are decent packages when they come around. They've done these before, but you get 800 paid rubies, and then you get 2 of each of the KOF Allstar fighter summon tokens for the 2 multis, and then 2 multis for the cards, and then 100 auto clear tickets. So for $25, you can buy it up to 5 times. I mean, if you got the money, do it, sure, whatever. But I mean, I personally would say that if you don't go out of your way. But it is a nice package if you really consider the fact, and a lot of people kind of, the way you would break it down as far as Ruby to US currency kind of translation and the way they do their prices a lot of the time. Basically, one multi is typically going to be $10. So being able to do, in essence, 4 multis, 2 on the characters and 2 on the cards, and get almost an extra multis worth of rubies, and the auto clear tickets, which are always a hot commodity. Sure, yeah, that's not terrible value-wise, but that's pretty much up to you. But anyway, guys, that is everything with the Hotaru mini update here. So should you summon her? If you're a fan, like a super fan, yes. Of course, I'm not going to tell you not to pull your favorite characters. Always pull for your favorite characters. But if you are a meta chaser, or if you are someone who is even in the slightest bit behind on Seven Knights, or you are somebody who is anticipating there to be some updates in the next few weeks, don't pull her. Save your rubies, keep banking those, and I guarantee you'll be much happier with the result here in the next few weeks if you do so. So anyway, guys, that's my opinions. You may completely disagree with me, which is fine. That's what we're here for, is to discuss. So leave your comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.